So you had that one tackle and you started doing the Fortnite dance. Why did that pop into your head?
Honestly, we came up with it at dinner on Friday. Just like, what can we do that would be really funny and really entertaining? And I honestly needed to do something else other than put my finger up. So.
Do you play a lot of Fortnite, or do the guys play Fortnite?
I used to be a tryhard, but I've kind of slacked. When you get to college, you have a little less time, so I haven't had as much time to play some Fortnite.
So you said you were just putting your finger up before?
Well, usually I just go like this, something like that, but I feel like I've done that every time I've celebrated, so I had to switch it up a little bit.
Sammy, looking at the film, just what were your takeaways from your first start in VT?
Well, from an overall standpoint, it was just a really fun game. I thought everybody played like they were having fun, played intense, played, with passion. So I was really proud of how everybody played. But, I was just having fun going out there and playing the game that I know how to play.
Dabo talked about the game slowing down for you, and that only means you're getting faster. Do you sort of feel that as maybe the game progresses, or just how the season's gone?
Yeah, definitely. You definitely get used to kind of the speed of the game. Comparing like the App State game to this game, it's definitely slowed down a lot. I'm seeing more things. I'm seeing more, small like little tidbits that can help me in the game.
I guess Wes Goodwin was talking about, there's a lot of eye candy, a lot of emotions, and at this college level it's a lot more complicated to kind of decipher everything. I mean, what would you say was the hardest part of, looking at opposing offenses and knowing what you had to do in any particular play?
College offenses are a lot more difficult than high school offenses, that's for sure. But, it's really just about getting your eyes in the right spot and making sure that you keep them there. Don't let the motions and the swaps and all that, take your eyes off of it, because that's what they want you to do. So it's really just about having discipline with your eyes, having discipline with your feet.
And they were saying, you did a really good job of studying the playbook because they say you're a smart guy. Like, you were able to ingest all that, but it's after the play starts, just knowing exactly where you're supposed to fit and kind of processing that really fast. I mean, would you say there's kind of a difference between just knowing the playbook and knowing what it says as opposed to how to actually execute?
It's definitely different, it's being able to say it in the meeting and then going out on the field and actually doing it. It is definitely different, but one thing that really helps is, processing it before, thinking like, what if he goes here, what if he goes there? Like, being able to think like what the offense would do, and that comes with film study as well.
I think your teammate said that you're like a biology major, and Dabo said you want to be a doctor. So
I'm a biology major as of right now. I want to be a pediatrician.
I guess why is that something you want to do?
Well, my mom said that I've always been good with kids, caring for them, and then she's also a pharmacist, so I kind of just put both of those together and got pediatrics.
Is that something you've always wanted to do, or is that something more recent?
I've really always kind of had a passion for something in the science field. I guess just because my mom's a pharmacist, but it's also really interesting. I think at one point it was like a brain surgeon, but that's definitely really hard, so pediatrics have kind of fallen into place.
Any questions for Sammy virtually?
Hey Sammy, this is Darian Carter with Greenville News. I was just curious about how do you see this freshman's class impact so far with you making contributions, Nolan, TJ Bryant, I guess. How have you seen this freshman class make impact? What do you think the future for this class holds?
Yeah, I'm really proud of this class. Especially the early enrollees, we've come in and, spring was tough for a lot of us, but we came in, we put in the work, we got in the film room, we got in the weight room, and we're able to do things on the field, and it shows. But I'm really excited to see what we can do. It's definitely a really, really talented class and a very purpose-driven class.
What have you enjoyed about this just kind of ride that has been your college experience so far?
I mean, it's been everything I've ever asked for. I mean, I wanted to come to Clemson because I loved it, and I've loved every second of it so far.
What has been maybe a surprising challenge that maybe you weren't necessarily prepared for?
I think probably the speed of the game. I wasn't really expecting it to be that big of a jump, and it's kind of slowed down a little bit, but even going from practice to the game is a lot faster. You can go through it in practice and say I got it, and you get out in the game, it's like, whoa, So I think the speed of the game has definitely been a good adjustment for me, and I think I've come along with it so far.
You're a dad's coach, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what's it been like to be in these conversations with like Dabo or even in your position group or whatever it is when you're going through film or you're talking about your games? How is it different from the life you grew up with, growing up with a coach, and how did that also prepare you for what to expect in those kinds of meetings and talks?
Honestly, it's actually really similar. I feel like my dad has taken some lingo from Coach Swinney and Coach Goodwin. I mean, some of the stuff he says, I'm like, I've definitely heard that before. So it's really similar. I think they coach very similar, and, they're going to be hard on you. They're going to try to hold you to the highest standard.
What did you make of, after the Louisville game where Dabo openly talked about our defense needs to be better, just that level of accountability that comes on you guys in this building?
Yeah, he challenged us. He challenged us all week last week to, we got to be better. And, it kind of became a mindset like we're going to be better. So we had a great week of practice, and it turned out on Saturday.
I love the chance to talk to a young guy in the program that's having success and actually out there playing, because what do you see in this defense that makes you guys just different and special and so capable?
Especially in the last game, I just think when we have the mindset, we can be a really good defense. We've got talent everywhere, whether it's on the D-line and the back end. We've got talent everywhere. So I think if we play with the passion and the intensity we have, and then bring that along with, getting in the film room, studying, knowing tendencies, I think that we could be a really, really good defense.
What would be some of that lingo you said that your dad uses that Dabo's used, like something stand up?
I have to think of one, but like best is the standard, stuff like that. There's a lot of the quotes too. A lot of Coach Swinney's quotes that he quotes are like the exact same as my dad. So I don't know if Coach Swinney stole stuff from my dad, but I think it's more realistic that he stole it from Coach Swinney.
And I think Dabo was also talking about, like, you're a young guy, but a lot of guys respect you and listen to you. I mean, I think we've heard this before, that leadership doesn't know an age and it's not a number. And like, do you feel that you have the ability to kind of lead at this point already in your career?
I definitely have some more work to do. I mean, obviously I'm not perfect. I'm still a freshman. So that definitely does play a role into it. I'm obviously not like Barrett. He's a fourth-year senior. He's been here. He's kind of proved his worth. So I've definitely got some work to do, but I feel like as the years progress, I've kind of, especially at linebacker, that's like the quarterback of the defense. So I feel like I kind of do fall into a little bit of a leadership role.
How difficult has it been to learn, the things that go along with being the quarterback of the defense?
The biggest thing is just, being vocal with the D-line, being vocal with the DBs, just being able to actually lead the defense. That's something that I'm really working on. It's something that I worked on in senior year of high school. Like, just being a leader in general on the defense is something that I really am kind of working on.
Is there anything in particular with Barrett or Wade that they taught you this year that was really impactful or that helped you the most?
One of the biggest things that they helped me with was film study. It's not going in there just watching a game. It's really going in there and studying keys, studying tendencies, like being able to really dive into what the offenses do.
I'm just wondering also, like, when Kobe McLeod got hurt, obviously they needed some extra depth there at linebacker. Did that add a sense of urgency for you a little bit? Like, I need to get up to speed?
I mean, I definitely knew that my role had stepped up a little bit, but I didn't really change anything else in the way that I prepared. I kind of prepare the same every week with the mindset that, hey, I'm going out there first play. Even if I don't, it's better to be prepared than to, not be prepared and you get thrown out there and you have no idea what you're doing.
Talk about that film study and sort of the tendencies that you're maybe noticing now that you weren't before. I guess when does that sort of click when you're watching it and sort of trying to process it from that point?
When the game slows down, you really have a chance to see those tendencies in action. Like, it's different to see it on the film, and then you get in the game and you don't even think about it. But, as the game has slowed down, I've been able to take a second, see the tendency and know what's coming.
Is this something that Barrett or Wade maybe points out to you in the room and says, hey, you should be looking for this, or this is when it'll start to click for you, or is it something that has to just come through just hours on hours of study?
It's really kind of as a group, like, you don't really want to gatekeep anything. If you see something, you want to share it with the whole defense so everybody knows, and if they see it, they can point it out too. But, you know, it's really between DBs, linebackers, D-line. If we see something in anything, we're gonna communicate with each other.
Just one more random one. So I think we heard you like fishing. Like, is Fortnite fishing like what ranks as your favorite hobby off of these?
I was actually talking before I came in here, like, I really wish I had more time to hunt right now. It's middle of deer season. You know, obviously I'm not going to be mad because I'm playing college football at Clemson, but I do love to hunt.
Mostly just deer or other things?
Deer.
Any other questions for Sammy? All right, we're all good.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Thank you.